Whoa, we need to talk about this. Hey everyone, wrapping up a semi-productive morning of content creation and actually 3 weeks ahead on content now. Super excited, so I need to go create the content calendar for July 2019. But before I do that, I just wanted to attempt to quickly address the negative comments I got a few vlogs back on the whole thing that I spent almost $2,000 putting together a WordPress-based sales funnel versus how much it would have cost to put the same thing together on ClickFunnels. The first thing I want to do is say that there's no one solution for everyone. And when it comes to choosing whether you should do a ClickFunnels, Kajabi, or Kartra hosted versus whether you should do a Thrive Themes, Beaver Builder, Elementor, WordPress, it comes down to a couple of key factors, and that's it. So I don't want to go through like, oh, well, you know what? You did WordPress right, but you know what? You should have chosen Thrive Themes instead of like OptimizePress. When we first started OptimizePress, however many years ago, it was great, right? And the same is true over here. There's some hosted solutions that have just died by the wayside. There's other hosted solutions that have gotten better over time. Like, believe it or not, ClickFunnels is a lot better now than it was when it first came out. Same is true Kajabi 2.0, or just Kajabi now, but the new Kajabi versus the old Kajabi. So software is always changing. You're always going to deal with high switching costs. But here are a couple of the foundational assumptions I use when I communicate to you what solution I think you may or may not use. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. If someone says, ClickFunnels is the way to go, or someone says for sure, Thrive Themes is the way to go, or for sure WordPress is the way to go. They're just being an idiot, not looking at the other side, right? So you have to make the decision for yourself in the context of where you are in your business and your skill set. Now, speaking of skill set, the very first thing I want to clearly communicate is I never, ever believe that as an entrepreneur, business owner, you need to learn how to code. That's just flat out, that is not your job. You are building a business, which means you need to make content to bring in customers. You need to write sales copy to convert those customers, and you need to make awesome products to keep those customers. That is the core of your job. Content, sales, product, right? And of course, you can delegate different parts of that to your team, but at the end of the day, those are the three core pillars of building a digital business. Nowhere in there does it say, I think you need to actually know how to put together the code behind the pages. So really what it comes down to, and this is all it comes down to, is time and money. Oh, go figure, time and money, right? That's a cop-out, right? Well, just look at it this way. You have 10 to 20, if you're still working, you have 10 to 20 hours a week to focus on building the business you love, right? So what is the best use of those 10 to 20 hours? It's not what's going to be the most effective in 5 years. It's not, am I really going to be hating myself that I'm paying this much money per month for this overpriced bloatware solution, right? Both are 100% valid, because you don't have if you had all the time and money in the world, you just hire a WordPress developer and they build everything from scratch. Your pages would load under 0.5 seconds and you'd be a happy camper, right? But that's just not reasonable for where I am in my business, and probably not reasonable where you are in your business journey. So it has to be in the context of your resources. That is it. So with that in mind, I'm going to go through the three situations I see. Situation number one, you have a lot of time, but man, just spending a couple $100s a month, and that's going to really stretch the budget. Okay, don't pay for anything. Go use the free version of MailerLite or MailChimp and go 100% in on your content. Creating content is free. And I'm taking a 50,000 foot view here because you need to get off the ground and get in the game. It doesn't matter trying to figure out which solution is going to be best for you in 3 or 4 years. The mantra of like, buy the software of the business you want it to have is completely bogus. It's stupid. Buy the software, don't buy the software with the business you have right now. You're always going to incur switching costs. That's just part of growth. So number one, you have MailChimp, MailerLite, and that is free. You can make your landing pages. You can have an email list up to 2,000 subscribers and just go focus on content. Done. Okay. Number two, you have a little bit of cash. Like let's say you have maybe you're in the $300 to $500 a month range, and you can actually afford to buy some WordPress themes and WordPress hosting. Okay, great. Then go ahead and do that and use something like Thrive Themes, Beaver Builder, or Elementor, where it's drag and drop interface. Is it going to be as fast as a WordPress site could be? No. Do you need to go buy WP Engine or learn how to use Rackspace or AWS to speed up the hosting of your site? No, you don't. You just need a WordPress site where you can publish your content and you can use something like Elementor, Beaver Builder, or Thrive Themes to do it. And you're done. If you need to use 100% free plugins, there are plenty of plugins in the WordPress repository that you can use for free to start collecting emails. But either way, you're going to need something like a MailerLite, MailChimp, or a GetResponse to collect your emails. And so you might as well use one of those three solutions to create your landing pages because they all allow you to do that. Now we get to maybe you have upwards of $500 to $1,000 a month or something. Well then, okay, great. ClickFunnels makes sense because it's not going to be a huge drain on your budget and it's going to save you a tremendous amount of time so that you can focus on, guess what? Making more content, making sales, making great products. Now, of course, when we're looking at I shouldn't have done that. When we're looking at the middle solution, I'm going to flick you off. We're looking at the middle solution. Something else you want to consider is time versus energy. So let's say you have 20 hours a week. If you have 20 hours a week, but you only have $300 a month, well then WordPress makes sense. But let's say you only have 10 hours a week, but you have $500 a month. Well, all of a sudden ClickFunnels makes sense because you need those 10 hours to, guess what? Make content, make sales, make great products. Yay. So that is my definitive answer to how to figure out which one of these to use. And you can read all the blog posts you want, you can rage through all the comments you want, and you can go through all of the video software reviews that you want. But at the end of the day, based upon the experience that I've had slaving away at this desk for 10 plus hours a day, sometimes 12 or 13 for some weeks and sprints, that is what makes the most sense because there is just so much other crap you have to learn and deal with. And when it comes to should you do WordPress, should you do ClickFunnels, it just comes down to your time and resources. That's it. You can always change later. You're not going to have one big advantage using one over the other. They both have their problems. They both have their hiccups. They both have their tech headaches. And you're not going to escape any of that by going one versus the other. It has to be in the context of where you are in your business. And for me right now today, that is completing my content calendar or continuing to work on my content calendar for July. And I'm actually going to try something completely new that I haven't done before because a lot of questions I get on the videos is, yeah, that's great that you told me this one little piece, but I've had enough comments asking for a much more broad and overarching, like, okay, how do we build a sales funnel from A to Z, or how do we go from analytics all the way through a sales funnel? So I'm working on coming up with some sort of content plan or a series of videos that will actually be like, okay, we're starting from absolute zero and we're going to an actual sales funnel. But that just means it's going to take me a lot longer to figure it out. So make sure you stay tuned for that. And of course, when it comes to choosing your sales funnel software, just do you. I mean, at the end of the day, everyone's going to have their biased opinion. For me, we need a sales funnel solution that's going to be able to allow us to launch sales funnels within a week or 2 week period. And WordPress has its drawbacks when you're trying to be super fast and agile. So thank you so much for watching. I sincerely hope you got some value out of this video and had some insight from that rant earlier. It literally took me 10 or 12 times to do that under 10 minutes. So that's as short as I could make it. So thank you so much. And until the next video, keep building the business you love.